For 14 years, I have propagated a lie about myself most successfully. For 14 years, the people who know me and say that Sangeeta is a voracious reader. She can rarely be seen without a book in her hand. The same people do not know that I have been reading not only the same authors, I have been reading the same books for 14 years. I have never walked on the beaten track. I have always taken my own path. That includes the path recommended to me by my dietitian. I have a dietitian, believe me. I will not name her and damage her reputation. Don't read and eat at the same time. Golden words that I have never heeded. I saturate myself with books at meal times. Carefully chosen titles. The Malady Towers series by Enid Blyton. The Blandings Castle series by P.G. Wodehouse. The Miss Marple series by Agatha Christie. All of them have one common ingredient: no surprises. I never ever want to be surprised in my life ever again. 14 years ago, I gave birth to quadruplets at Bombay Hospital. That morning, when I was going to meet my babies for the first time, I clutched a small eye pencil in my fist and made my way into the NICU. And the sisters gently prized my hand open. Just a small dot on their cheeks, I begged. So she waved her hand towards a room in the NICU and said, "Mrs. Chakrapani, all the babies in this room are yours." From that moment onward, I was determined that my babies would have a perfect life. Nothing would come in the way of their happiness. The sisters and I coined nicknames for the children, nicknames that have lasted till this day. Krishna, tiny and indomitable, with a very wise head on his shoulders, was the elephant. Lakshmi, cherubic and a foodie, was the tomato. Jayanti, snuggling into my neck at every given opportunity, was the squirrel. And Jayashri, bright and happy, quick to grasp, was the butterfly. I hated the voice of the doctor. When I inquired, I asked her a simple question: what is the vaccination schedule for the next few years? "Mrs. Chakrapani, keep your babies alive for 1 year and show me." There are families who are not able to take care of twin children, and you're taking home 4 underweight babies, of whom 1 is on ventilator support. That night, I did not let the sisters in the NICU take their rest. I took their protocol from them for caring for newborns, and I gave CP, my husband, a mile-long list. CP took it from me with a resigned air and helped me to convert our home into a mini Bombay hospital. I badgered everyone at home into following discipline and protocol and all the rules and regulations possible in caring for the babies. Now, when I look back at that point of time in my life, I feel that it was heading towards a big thumping Manmohan Desai anticlimax. For those of you who are familiar with Amar, Akbar and Anthony, Manmohan Desai is that famous film director, famous for creating impossibly happy endings out of the most impossible situations. And my life was going right down that path. Krishna was admitted into hospital when he was 1.5 years old for a very important and a very simple surgery. I wore a bright yellow sari that day, gifted to me by my husband. I was determined that Krishna is going to start life afresh. Halfway through the surgery, we were called in. "It's not working. We have to take a diversion. We have to try again." This try again went on for 9 times for the next 2 years. In the same 2 years, there were 2 diagnoses of autism that were awaiting us in the Chakrapani family. Suddenly, Lakshmi and Jayanti were not maintaining eye contact anymore. Suddenly, they were not interested in interacting with us anymore. Their communication skills were way behind their siblings. Academics, as we went along, was a wholesale disaster. There are many people with autism who are able to cope with academics very well. But there are many more people with autism, like Lakshmi and Jayanti, for whom academics doesn't work. Today, CP and I are each other's greatest supports. But 12 years ago, when Jayanti was diagnosed, we could not have been more unkind to each other. The shock of an imperfect child, the shock of a lifelong developmental disability was too much for us to take. We got into the car in pin-drop silence. We didn't offer each other even one word of comfort. He got down and went to office, and I went home. 1 year onward, Lakshmi was diagnosed. Again, CP and I were together. This time we went to Mahalakshmi temple. We didn't know what to do with ourselves, with little Lakshmi walking amidst us, surrounded by a sea of people, unknown people, each person carrying his or her own private burden. That night, we came home very late. And that night, CP, a banker who's actually a soldier at heart, CP, the man who grew up in a chawl and who assumed the responsibilities of an adult at a very tender age, CP, the man who saved money with a vengeance, determined that he will provide security for his future and his family, that he will never have to stretch his hand out again. CP, the man who spent his hard-earned and hard-saved money on multiple interventions for his daughters, let something work. Today, CP, the same man, dreams and wants his 2 daughters with autism to run the Standard Chartered Marathon. CP, who has proved to us that he will never stop dreaming, he will never stop trying for his children. That night, he wept all night. It was the night we realized that autism had come to stay in our family. It was the night we realized that our lives had changed forever. Autism should come with a grief manual, a book of grief, to help you to deal with Jayanti, innocent as a ball of cotton, to help you to deal with a Lakshmi, bright and happy, who suddenly realized that she could not play with Jayashree and Krishna anymore because she could not understand their games anymore. So she would place herself physically between them just so that she knew that she was a part of them. The years rolled by, and one day a 7-year-old Krishna came to me suddenly. So, Amma, what happens next? I said, what do you mean? He said, do you know we will go to 10th standard one day? We will even go to college. What will Lakshmi and Jayanti do? Jayashree also piped in. We will even go to work. Do you mean to say that they will stay at home? You have to have a plan. That's when I realized the huge bank of love in their hearts, and that autism had not dimmed that love in any manner. So I started doing something which I did not even realize that I was doing. To put it in the words of Kiran Khalap, when a huge challenge faces you, you start doing small positive things. You start taking small positive strokes and chip away at it till small positive things start happening with you. Kiran Khalap looked into our hearts. He looked into our souls. He crafted the words. He crafted the identity for an organization that is known as Together Today. He crafted the pathway to help us to help people with autism. To me, Kiran is not an advertising man alone. To me, Kiran is an ancient man. He belonged to my past life, he belongs to my present life, and he will come back to me in my next life. Another wonderful human being who helped us was Dr. Y.K. Amdekar, a brilliant pediatrician, a legendary pediatrician, who saw us through multiple interventions for our children. He today stands by us like a colossus as we work with people with autism and try to teach them life skills and teach them work skills to take their place in society. Neither Kiran nor I, nor Dr. Ambedkar approached us. We approached them. What I'm trying to say here is that the universe places wise people around us. We have to keep watching. There are people around us who will help us to deal with the grief that suddenly erupts in our lives. There are people around us who will help us to deal with obstacles that seem insurmountable. What Kiran and Dr. Ambedkar did for us was they could not erase the grief in our lives. The grief in our hearts is here to stay. In CP's heart and my heart, it will never go away. But there are other things that lie beside the grief. There is a very strong tree of determination that is growing next to the tree of grief in my heart. There is a tree of laughter that is growing inside my heart. This tree of laughter helps me to find humor in the most impossible situations. There is a tree of happy endings with Amar Akbar and Anthony carved on it, growing in my heart. Today, when I think of Lakshmi and Jayanti moving out of our home, that circle of grief is eclipsed by a very big circle of hope for a happy future that awaits them in a group home, with peers and with caregivers. We will send them out into the world with pride. We will hold a graduation party for them. We will hold a bidai for them, for these wonderful girls, these beautiful human beings. Both CP and I will wave bye. And once they leave, we will get into the lift briskly, get into our car and follow them. Because we will be running the group home. We will be running a group home for Lakshmi and for Jayanti and for a whole group of youngsters and help them to embrace a new future, an exciting future full of possibilities. This is a Manmohan Desai movie. This is an Amar Akbar Anthony with one more sibling thrown in for good measure. And this is a happy ending with a twist. Thank you.